Okay, so you're on page 33, part A. It talks about rocks and clocks, etc. They bought sacks of amethyst and tourmaline from different collectors. From the records below, determine how many pounds of suitable gems they bought from each collector. So that's your first step. And then you're going to determine the total weight of each type of stone that was suitable for commercial use. And then it says also calculate the grand total of all usable gems. So those are three different steps. The first step being from the records below, determine how many pounds of suitable gems they bought from each collector. Okay, so in the chart, they have the collector Aline. In the first column, they have amethyst purchased, which is 56 and 3/8. Second column is unusable amethyst, 6 3/4 for Aline, right? Third column says tourmaline purchased is 45 1/2. Tourmaline unusable or unusable tourmaline is 6 1/8. Okay, so we're going to subtract because we purchased this much and this much was unusable. We need to know how much was usable because our goal, as it says in the problem, is determine how many pounds of suitable gems they bought from each collector. So we're going to start with this collector. Okay, we're going to find a common denominator. 8 will work because this is already in eighths. In order to go from fourths to eighths, we multiply by 2. That makes 8, right? So then we have to do the same to the top. So that's 3/4 is equal to 6/8. Okay? Because multiplying the top and bottom by the same number will get you an equivalent fraction. So we have 3/8. We need to subtract 6/8. We can't because there's not enough, right? We have 3. We can't subtract 6 from that. So we're going to borrow. That means we have now 5 in the ones column. Okay? Tens, ones, fractions. So we're going to put that 1 that we borrowed here. But instead of writing it like this, like a 1, we're going to write it in terms of eighths. So it's how many is in one whole? 8, right? Because 8 is on the bottom. 8 tells us how many is in a whole. So we have 8 pieces because we have one whole. 8 pieces out of 8 is 1. So we're going to put this one over. Just like we would move over 10, right? We're going to move over just a 1. So that's this. 3/8 and 8/8. Now we have 11/8 over here. Right? Now we can subtract. So 11/8 minus 6/8 is 5/8. Okay? Then we're going to continue. We have to borrow again, right? 15 minus 6 is 9. 4 minus nothing is 4. So this is the amount that we have from a line of usable amethyst, right? Because we have the purchased minus the unusable. Now we have what's suitable for use, okay, from a line of the amethyst. Same thing with the tourmaline. We're going to find a common denominator. 8 and 2 can both go into 8, right? So this will just stay 1/8, and this needs to become 8ths. We did a times 4 to get to 8, so then we need to do a times 4 on the top to make an equivalent fraction. So 1/2 is the same as 4/8, right? Times 4 times 4. Have to do the same thing to the top as the bottom. 4/8 minus 1/8, 3/8. We continue with the rest of the problem. Borrow here. 15 minus 6. Again, it's 9. We have 3 here. So that's how much suitable tourmaline. So now we've solved the first question they've asked from the first buyer, right? So we're going to do that with each of the buyers as you go down the list. Aline, Smithson, Winston, and Partier. Then it says to, let's see, the total weight each type of stone that was suitable for commercial use, right? So that's in the first column, amethyst, all the way down. It wants to know how much was suitable. So when you get all the buyers and you get all these numbers for each buyer, you're going to add those straight down, right? All the way down to the bottom. So you have this much from a line. You're going to find out how much you have from the other 3. You're going to add all those together. You're going to get how much usable amethyst all together, right? Same thing with the tourmaline, all the way down. Once you get how much usable was from each buyer, you're going to have those numbers, okay? Then you're going to find out how much each line across. If you see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, that goes straight across the line. So it wants to know from a line, how much suitable gems did you have? Well, we had 49 amethyst and 39 something tourmaline. So we're going to take those two numbers, 49 and 5/8. We're going to take 39 and 3/8. and add them together. So we have a total of 8 eighths here. 9 and 9 is 18, we carry the 1, and that's 8, right? So we have 88 and 8 eighths. Well, 8 eighths is also equal to 1, right? So we can just move it into the 1 column. So we have 89. 89 total pounds of usable gems. That's the answer for number 1. Okay? Because the line bought this much amethyst, this much was unusable. So when we subtracted, we found out this much was still left over that we can use. Same thing with the tourmaline. We bought this much we couldn't use, so this is what we have left over that we are able to use. A line has this much amethyst usable and this much tourmaline. Total gems usable, this much for number 1, straight across the front, the first line. You're going to do that for each line. So you're going to find from each buyer how much amethyst they have, how much tourmaline they have, add them together. So for Smithson, you're going to do that amethyst minus the unusable amethyst. You get that answer, tourmaline. Add them together, you get number 2. Same thing with Winston and Cartier. Okay?